You're welcome to solve this nice algebra problem, which is x to the power of 3 plus x to the power of 2. This is 1 over 8. So what are the values of x? So let's provide a solution from here. So we have x to the power of 3 plus x to the power of 2. This is equal to 1 over 8. So the next step is to multiply on both sides by 8. So that now, here we have 8x to the power of 3 plus 8x to the power of 2. This is equal to 1. So let's simplify 8 and 8 here. So that now we can express 8x to the power of 3. 8 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3. So we have 2 raised to the power of 3 times x to the power of 3 plus 2 to the power of 3 multiplied by x to the power of 2. This is equal to 1. So we have 2 to the power of 3 times x to the power of 3 plus, we can express 2 to the power of 3 as 2 times 2 to the power of 2 multiplied by x to the power of 2. This is equal to 1. 2 to the power of 3 times x to the power of 3 and 2 to the power of 2 times x to the power of 2. This is in the form of a to the power of n times b to the power of n, which we can express as a times b raised to the power of n. Applying this exponent property, then we have 2x raised to the power of 3, then plus 2 times 2x raised to the power of 2. This is equal to 1. The next step is that we have 2x is common here, so we can let 2x be equal to u. So let's express this equation here in terms of u. So we have u to the power of 3 plus 2 u to the power of 2. This is equal to 1. So let's take 1 on the left hand side. So that now we have u to the power of 3 plus 2 u to the power of 2. Subtract 1. This is equal to 0. Now we have u to the power of 3 plus 2u squared minus 1. This is equal to 0. So this means this is u to the power of 3. We can express 2u squared as plus u squared plus u squared subtract 1. This is equal to 0. U squared plus u squared, this is 2u squared. Now we have got two parts here. From the first part here, u squared is common. So let's factor out u squared, so that u to the power of 3 divided by u squared, this is u, then plus u squared divided by u squared, this is 1, then plus, this is the same thing as u to the power of 2, subtract 1 to the power of 2, this is equal to 0. We have that u squared minus 1 squared, this is the difference of two perfect squares that we can express as a plus b multiplied by a subtract b. Applying this property, then we have u squared multiplied by u plus 1 plus u plus 1 multiplied by u subtract 1. This is equal to 0. U plus 1 is common. Let's factor out u plus 1 into the parentheses. Here we have u to the power of 2, then plus u subtract 1, cross the parentheses. This is equal to 0. We have got two parts here. We have u plus 1. This is equal to 0. Then we have u to the power of 2 plus u subtract 1. This is equal to 0. From the first part here, we have u is equal to negative 1. U is equal to negative 1. And if you recall, we insist that we let 2x be equal to u. We let 2x be equal to u. So we have 2x. This is equal to negative 1. So let's divide on both sides by 2. And this indicates that x1 is equal to negative a half. So this is the first value of x, which is x1. Now let's proceed to solve for the other values of u from this quadratic equation. Now we have a quadratic equation here where we have a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, and c, this is equal to negative 1. We can solve for values of u, that is u2, u3, by applying the quadratic formula, which is minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared, subtract 4 times ac divided by 2 times a. So let's substitute the values of a, b, and c into this formula here. So we have negative 1 plus 1 minus the square root of 1 to the power of 2, subtract 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 1, divided by 2 multiplied by 1. So this means that we have negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 squared, this is 1, negative 4 times negative 1, this is plus 4, divided by 2. So this means that we have negative 1 plus or minus, this is the square root of 1 plus 4, this is 5, divided by 2. So this means this is u2, u3. So this is to mean that u2 is equal to negative 1 plus square root of 5 divided by 2. Then we have u3, which is equal to negative 1, subtract square root of 5 divided by 2. Again, if you recall, we have seen that we let 2x be equal to u. So we have that 2x is equal to negative 1 plus square root of 5 over 2. Then we have 2x, this is equal to negative 1, subtract square root of 5 divided by 2. Now let's start with case 1. We have 2x, this is equal to negative 1 plus square root of 5 divided by 2. So let's multiply both sides by a half. Let's multiply both sides by a half, so that now here we have x is equal to negative 1 plus square root of 5 divided by 2 times 2, which is 4. We have that square root of 5. This is the same thing as, this is 1, that is 2.2361. So this implies that x2 is equal to negative 1 plus, this is 2.2361 divided by 4. And this means that this is 1.2361 divided by 4, and this is equal to 0.31. So we have x2 is equal to 0.31. Now let's solve for x3. Remember we have case 2, which is 2x. This is equal to negative 1. Subtract square root of 5 divided by 2. So we multiply both sides by a half, so that now we have x3 is equal to, this is negative 1 minus square root of 5 divided by 4. So this is the same thing as negative 1, subtract square root of 5, which is 2.2361 divided by 4. We have x3, this is approximately equal to negative 0.81. This is the value of x3. So we have got 3 solutions here. We have x2 here, which is 0.31. we have x3, which is negative 0.81, and then we have x1. We have x1 here, which is negative a half. So we have got 3 solutions to this algebra problem. If you have alternative solution method, kindly showcase in the comment section. See you in the next video.